Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, family. Um, I just sitting around watching some videos on YouTube about some of the things that's going on within the conscious community. And one of the videos that I was watching was people giving warnings about Brother Polite not handling business properly and scamming people. Alhamdulillah, one of the good things about Islam is that we have rules and regulations, man. We have a code of conduct, how we're supposed to deal with each other. And if a brother has any type of consciousness or fear of Allah, you can use that to get him back in line. It doesn't always work, but a lot of times we can work things out. But anyway, I'm going to read one verse and see. These are things that Polite in his videos always pretends that black people, we don't need this stuff. Okay. But anyway, Allah says in chapter 4, verse 57. I'm gonna read the English for you. But those who believe in the oneness of Allah and do deeds of righteousness, we shall admit them to gardens underneath which rivers flow, abiding therein forever. Therein shall they have purified mates, and we shall admit them to shades wide and ever deepening. That was verse 57. The verse I really want you to hear is number 58. Verily, Allah commands that you should render back the trust to those to whom they are due, and that when you judge between men, you judge with justice. Verily, how excellent is the teaching which Allah gives you. Truly, Allah is ever all hearer and seer. So whatever you do, even if no one else sees it, Allah sees it and knows it. Whatever you say, Allah hears it. But yeah, these are principles that people like Brother Polite pretend that we don't need. We need those kind of principles, and we need to be able to pull a brother's coat and get him back in line. Getting back to the video that I was watching, these were people that were giving warnings about Brother Polite and him not dealing justly with people in business. People giving him money and expecting to get certain things in return. And those things never came. Those things never came. And they did not get their refunds. Okay? Now remember, in a previous video, I had said that Polite reminds me of Dr. York, okay, in the way that he talks. And I'm going to tell you, York had way worse horror stories than Polite. His followers like to believe that York was set up. York did that stuff, man. He did those things and worse things. Some of the things he never got caught for. But black people, it's not always the feds or the police setting a nigga up. A lot of times we give these niggas too much power, too much authority. You have to be able to get a nigga in line, put him in check. Okay? But if you don't have no rules to the game, then these niggas just do whatever they feel like. Okay? Like I said, these people like Polite, they pretend that we don't need these religious principles to guide our lives. Okay? But evidently, we do. For sure, he did. If he's guilty of the things that I'm hearing about, taking people's money, and I'm talking about thousands of dollars, and them never receiving the products. Well, brother, if you didn't have the products to send them, then give them back their money. And if you had the products, then just send them what they asked you for. But to be honest, like I say, brother, I've been around the block a few times, and I told y'all, I've been around the block a few times. I wouldn't even buy Polite's books, because I know they full of bullshit anyway. Because I know the sources where he getting it from. I'm telling you, how you can't. I guess y'all ain't old enough to know. Okay, but when especially older people, they come and they tell y'all, they warn y'all about these people, man. You need to pay attention. You need to pay attention. Okay? You need to pay attention. But no, y'all don't want to hear it. Y'all want to run out there and buy that bullshit. Man, I heard all them old arguments before. Back in the 80s. Back in the early 90s. Some of them same arguments was being made in the 70s. You know, I done been around the block a few times. I done heard this bullshit before, and I knew when I heard him speak, and I knew, oh, this nigga sounds just like York. And guess what? Evidently, he's scamming people. Him and his wives. Just like York and his wives. You know? Come on, man. Wake the hell up. You know, black people, we gotta be smarter than this. You know, how do these people keep coming and selling us these dreams and keep doing this stuff to us, man? Young people out there, listen to your elders. Listen to I'm 47 years old. All that bullshit Polite was talking, I heard all that before. Okay? I've heard it. Okay? The way he talks, I heard all that before. Prince York, I heard that stuff before. Okay? And I'm gonna tell you, when it sounds like a nigga talking slick, the nigga's talking slick. As simple as that. Salam.